And there are 3,000 firefighters currently battling the blazes, and many are feeling the heat. In the last 10 minutes, one firefighter in the Hunter region has suffered a heart attack, and paramedics are on their way. The firefighters will be joined by 21 New Zealanders who've packed their bags for a rapid deployment to Australia today. Amy Williams went to see them off.
The firefighters will be in Queensland for 12 days, working up to 14-hour shifts 5 days in a row, with 1 day off in between in hot, humid, windy weather. Simon Stoddart is a senior firefighter with Piha's Voluntary Fire Brigade, west of Auckland. He's been deployed overseas many times, including twice to both Canada and Tasmania.
If you played rugby, you'd want to be an All Black, and this is sort of the firefighting equivalent to go over and represent your country and help out another country in need. It's a pretty good feeling. So, the thanks you get is sometimes, the pilot on the plane home will say, oh, I've got New Zealand firefighters who've been helping, and people give you a clap and you feel pretty good about that.
Although he's disappointed to miss his son's 20th birthday tomorrow, Mr Stoddart's looking forward to supporting the Australian firefighters. For a few of the crew heading across the Tasman, this will be their first firefighting stint overseas. Tim Clark leads a crew in Ashburton, and this is his first overseas deployment after 7 years with the fire service.
From the footage that I've seen on TV, through media and social media, it's a pretty big fire. Yeah, it's got a lot of emotions. It's going to be quite anxious as well as excited, I suppose. Yeah.
Ben Cousins is a senior firefighter from Wellington, and this will also be his first overseas deployment. He says he's feeling a little nervous, but will lean on his experience fighting the Tasman fires earlier this year and that of the team around him.
The Tasman fires, along with other deployments I've been on, have given a reasonable amount of experience in large-scale firefighting, but it's nothing compared to what they're experiencing in Australia. So the scale they've got over there is like nothing we see in New Zealand, and also the intensity of fire behaviour is like nothing we see in New Zealand, so that it's a bit of a step up.
Nathan Jones is one of 2 task leaders for the 21 firefighters heading to Queensland. A senior rural fire officer in Ruapehu, this will be his 8th deployment overseas.
Everyone's excited and obviously a little bit anxious as well. But it's a great opportunity to grow our experience and bring some of that knowledge back and share it with our colleagues at home here, because coming into our fire season here, you never know if you may have another Tasman fire or Port Hills fire, so it's really good to bring that experience back and share it with everyone here.
Mr Jones says the crew's going over as a family to look after each other in challenging conditions. He says fitness and their training, combined with camaraderie, will be the keys to their success. Catastrophic fire conditions are fueling the wildfires, and stormy weather is expected to continue steering smoke and dust across the Tasman. NIWA meteorologist Ben Knoll says the next plume of smoke is expected across New Zealand skies tomorrow night.
Right around sunset, it's going to be a close call, Northland and Auckland, but on Wednesday evening, there could be a bit of dust in the sky. However, most of the dust will actually probably pass during the overnight hours on Wednesday, so we may not notice it so much. And by the time you wake up on Thursday morning, that'll already have pushed off to the east, again, owing to those relatively strong winds.
Mr Knoll says it takes about 2 days for smoke from New South Wales to reach our shores. After the Tasman fires in February, Fire and Emergencies warning New Zealanders to prepare for an increased risk of bushfires here this summer. But it says they won't be on the scale of the emergency across the Tasman. Tara Strand's a research leader with Scion Rural Fire Research Group and says they're developing a new smoke forecasting system that'll be available to the public in time for the summer holidays. Dr Strand says it'll be a digital map showing how heavy smoke is from bushfires, with advice from health authorities about any steps to take.
Our eventual goal is to have this tool, the uncertainty in the plume prediction down so small that you could actually decide whether or not to put your laundry out for the afternoon without, getting it impacted by smoke. Because no one wants to smell like a wildfire.
The firefighters deployed to Australia are expected to be briefed on arrival before starting work tomorrow. Internal Affairs Minister Tracy Martin says the government will continue to monitor the situation closely, and numbers deployed are likely to change at short notice. For Checkpoint, Amy Williams.